Welcome back to San Diego Market Movers. I'm your host, Valley, and we're here with Chris. Chris, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, tell us this story about what you experience and what you know about people becoming homeowners and then turning into landlords.
Yeah, so if you've never owned a home before, if you've never been an investor before, you start to think, well, it'd be really cool to own this home for a while, and then I'll get a tenant in there, and they'll pay my mortgage, and it's going to be awesome. It's really good to understand both sides of the coin on that. Let's just put it that way. First thing to understand is you may not get rent every month. You may have somebody move out, and maybe even without warning, and take a little time to find the right person, because you want the right person in your house. You don't want anybody renting your home or renting your apartment. So if you've never done it before, I just like to let people know, hey, there's another side to the coin. And the story I tell is about a tenant that I was helping out with a little one-bedroom apartment. I still own that condo today. And she was trying to better her life, and I wanted to kind of help her out a little bit. And so, took a little lower deposit and made the arrangements and everything, and basically got her in there. No sooner was the key handed over, but the boyfriend showed up. And the boyfriend showed up on a bike. There's nothing wrong with riding a bike, but he didn't have a lot going on. He didn't have a job. He was just there. All of a sudden he was there, and he's taking the bike in the house. So I'm kind of like, I'd like you to keep that in the garage. Like, all right, let's just see how this works out. A little bit of time goes by, and I call up the neighbors, and I call up the other tenant in the building, and he's really angry with me. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, what did you do moving those people in there? He's like, they're screaming at each other all day and all night. And I'm like, why didn't you call me? Let me know this was going on. I'm genuinely concerned. I don't want my people unhappy and thinking that I did something horrible to them. I'm like, I did not do this to you. I thought this was going to be a decent tenant. I'm sorry. I go down there. I'm like, hey, there's a lot of, the other neighbors had complained to me as well. So I go down there and I say, listen, I don't, there's kind of some complaints around, and I know whatever's your business is your business, but I'm not sure, this is really a good fit. So they weren't real responsive. They weren't paying the rent, and it's a really long process to get through an eviction. It's costly. Mm-hmm. So I came up with the idea. I said, I'm just going to pay him to leave. So I walked up to the door. I said, listen, you can get all your stuff out of here by Sunday at 2:00, whatever. I'm going to come and I'm going to give you $800 cash. Or I don't remember what it was. I'm like, you're going to get cash. It's going to be in an envelope. I'm going to hand this to you because you're going to get out one way or the other, and I'd rather you get out. Like, okay, fine. Well, I drive by. I don't see really much movement. I show up on Sunday, and they are actually taking their stuff and throwing it out the window. This was a second-story apartment. They're throwing their junk out the window into the vacant lot next door. And I was there with my father, and I'm like, this is wild. I kind of kept my composure, walked in, and said, okay, so you guys are almost out, and there was a few things they needed to get the dog out of there and all this stuff. So I said, all right, let's just close this out. I'm just gonna give you the money and give me the keys. Immediately called the locksmith. I had to get the locksmith in there. I had to pay for cleaners, all of that stuff, just to get rid of, all the evidence of who knows what they were doing in there. But it's just kind of a story to let people know it's not always easy. And sometimes tenants will look great on the outside, and at the onset they're like, yeah, we really love this place, and we'll water the plants and everything. And then you get them in there, and it's like, it can just turn ugly. Now, on the other side, I've had lots of tenants that have been great. I've had tenants that, pay their rent. They're very happy. Let me know if the sink leaks or whatever. And most people are like that. Most people are quite decent. But yeah, if you're looking to be a landlord, just beware.
Yeah, you had to struggle at first, but ultimately you still own this condo, right?
I do.
Okay, so then it worked out for you.
Yeah, it's still a cash flow.
You got to be willing to go with the ebbs and flows of being a landlord. So
yeah.
Cool story. I'm not surprised. It happens all the time. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Thanks guys for watching.